So here I am once again at the beautiful bench of Mariners Church, Irvine, picking up Solomon from preschool. I'll show you the views. Look at the serene waters. Look at the big blue sky. It's very beautiful over here. Very, very peaceful, very nice. Very, very nice place to sit and to be and to breathe the beautiful fresh air of the universe. You know, I was in yoga class recently, like half an hour ago, and something occurred to me about my own mind, about my own, behavior, is that I have addictions. And it just occurred to me, I've been listening to this amazing Swami Nityananda. And he posts stuff on YouTube every single day. And I was aware of him years ago when he was a younger lad. And I just started listening to him. And he's actually quite amazing, quite inspiring, quite a powerful speaker. And I don't know why I said that, but I just did. And so the addictions, like I'm addicted to food sometimes. That's why I like fasting so much, just because it's a forced release of my addiction, where I feel so clear and so free to focus on being more productive and not just going for food when I'm bored or wanting, some type of immediate gratification, pleasure, some taste bud pleasure is really what it is. Isn't it interesting? It's just like a brain, like pleasure in my brain. That's what I want. I just want my brain to feel pleasure, so I eat food. Isn't that interesting? It's like chemical. I mean, you could say, yeah, is it possible for the soul to get pleasure from eating food? I think it is. The Hare Krishna people have this philosophy of, food can be divine if it's prepared with a certain intention, because food is energy and everything is energy. So why can't food be divine? Why can't we enjoy food? Why can't our soul enjoy food? Because it's all energy. With that being said, it's really on how we relate to it. Are we enjoying food? Am I enjoying food in a very deliberate, conscious, non-addictive, almost like holistic way? Or am I really enjoying it in a very, in a very grateful, gratitude-infused, kind of God-conscious, non-attached way? And so yoga class made me think of well, where do I have addictions in my life? And how about just all of us in general? Where are you addicted in your life? And I'm not, all of us, we all, I think maybe I shouldn't speak for all of us. Maybe Swami Nityananda doesn't have addictions. I don't know. Maybe there are people in the world that are addiction-free. What does it mean to be addiction-free? How about that? What does it mean to be addiction-free? To be addicted to not being addicted to anything. Well, that's interesting. But it's not really an addiction. It's just a state. It's freedom. Freedom. Freedom is beyond addiction. So, it's just really interesting, the whole idea of addiction. And that really, addiction seems so silly when you go deeper within yourself. That's why yoga is so cool, because it really helps you go deeper within yourself. Addiction literally seems silly from a certain perspective within your spirit, within your being. It seems silly. You're like, oh my God, what am I even doing? That's me? What am I even doing? And the key is just staying in that state of empowered, basically spiritual freedom, where you're living in a state of spiritual freedom. It's a beautiful thing. I mean, it's a very, very beautiful thing. Extremely beautiful. Like, how do you tap into a state of spiritual freedom? I think that's a phenomenal question. Phenomenal question to find answers to. Spiritual freedom, what a beautiful phrase. It's like triumphant. You could write a whole symphony about spiritual freedom. Spiritual freedom. Say those words. You know, it's interesting, the words, because Swami Nityananda was having this talk, and he kept on repeating the word superconscious breakthrough. He was talking about how humanity is due for a superconscious breakthrough, he's saying. Superconscious breakthrough is basically how he was saying it. Superconscious breakthrough. And as he was saying superconscious breakthrough so many times, he's like, humanity is ready. Superconscious breakthrough. And every time he said it, I'm like, okay, great, superconscious breakthrough. Tell us what that looks like. Tell me about it. What does that even mean? And then afterwards, I'm like, well, that was pretty brilliant for him just to keep on repeating superconscious breakthrough. It was almost like neurolinguistic programming. It was like, because how can you talk about a superconscious breakthrough? It's like he was sharing the energy and intention of whatever superconscious breakthrough is in his words. Superconscious breakthrough. And it really makes you think. Like, you figure it out. Like, you have your own superconscious breakthrough. And then that's how you'll get the answer. He doesn't need to tell you exactly what it is. He just knows what it is, and he's infusing the words superconscious breakthrough with that energy. Think about that. Focus on spiritual freedom and superconscious breakthrough. Only good things can happen, which is cool. Only good things can happen. There's no danger. There's no ultimate danger in superconscious breakthroughs and spiritual freedom, if you really think about it. So, with that said, it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. Very, very amazing, this life. How did it even get created? How did the water get created? How did the sky get created? Is this truly forever? No beginning, no end. Is the word beginning and the word end a moot word in the game of life? Is it moot? Is it moot? The word beginning and the word end. So interesting. There is no beginning and no end. Only change and transformation. Underneath all of that, so to speak, of course, underneath, I mean, please, is this love. Is love. Is love. God. Superconscious breakthrough. It's amazing. So think about that. Spiritual freedom, superconscious breakthrough. And there's so much more, of course, always. But I bid you farewell, fare spiritually free, I shall say. And I really appreciate it. I really appreciate this moment.